Okay guys, so I'm now out here getting to test drive this flagship model. So you can see there's no one actually starting the car. Actually, who did it? Someone out here, yeah? So this is one function that our X70 doesn't have, and I wish we have, which is this, what's that called? Remote starting the engine. Why is that so? I'm still a very old guy who believes in warming up the engine before we start. So this is a very good feature that we can actually do it. So to start it, you just need to actually make sure that to press that specific button, lock the car twice, and then press this button for 7 seconds.
Yes.
Then basically the car will start. To me, why is it so troublesome? I'm not too sure, but at least this is a good feature. Alright, so let's hop into the car and let's try it out. So I'm in the car right now. This is the flagship. Okay, you can see as per what Azati has mentioned. Flagship and premium is literally similar, but the only difference is you still have a sunroof here. And yes, the sunshade is much better than ours. It blocks most of the sunlight. And Proton, please take note, X70, please upgrade a bit. So I'm trying to actually do my seating settings. So then we'll proceed with the test drive. So this is a 7-speed DCT as per the X70 CKD. So the function is relatively the same. Okay, so let's see if everything is how's the driving feel like. Yes, this one I agree with a lot of netizens here or the members. I'm quite proud that X70 has much higher resolution than the X50 is, although they are given 10.25 inch of this GKUI screen, but it doesn't seem to be, doing anything fair for this car because the resolution should be higher. So what is Proton thinking? But I'm not too sure. But anyhow, yes, this is a one drawback, but something better than nothing lah. Okay. Then the next thing that I noticed that maybe it's my fault, which I'm not too sure how to work it out. The safety system, because this is a flagship. The flagship model comes with a lot of autonomous features because this is a level 2. Ours in the X70 is level 1. So in terms of technology, this is a better technological car because it consists of a better spec in terms of safety features such as lane departure warning and also keeping, whereby they don't just do a warning where it triggers the buzzer, but it will help to actually straighten your steering automatically to make sure that you're in the lane. And then also it comes with this better adaptive cruise control, where it actually follows the car, stops, and then moves again. So not like our X70 where once the steep speed has actually decreased down to a certain level, it will actually disengage and you have to actually restart on your own. So nevertheless, this is a better feature, and a lot of people may say that they wouldn't want to have this feature because it's too troublesome or too fake. Yeah, but I'll be very frank with you. Those were the days we don't even use smartphone like this. We use only handphones that have buttons. But we still have to understand that this is the trend and it's coming in. Starting from the Koreans, where they come in with a lot of safety features, 6 airbags and so on, until Proton now, they come with this kind of intelligent kind of safety system. You can see right now, even the latest launched Toyota Yaris also comes with all this already. So thanks to Proton, thanks to those of these Korean cars, Malaysian cars are better spec nowadays. So right now I'm driving at a Cyberjaya. You can see. Why I would say I would prefer Cyberjaya as a proving ground is because relatively there's no traffic. Okay, when there's no traffic means you can actually drive it in a very comfortable manner. But of course, when you test drive, be responsible. Do not actually perform any what they call dangerous stunts. Yeah, dangerous stunts, so that you can actually drive it with confidence and also test the performance without endangering other people. So from what I can see, okay, right now I'm cruising along this main road at 60 kilometers per hour. The NVH is relatively quite good, but it's also a bit more, how do I say, a bit lacking in terms of in comparison with X70. I'm not too sure. Perhaps you can give me some comments and feedbacks. Based on what I can see, the throttle response is very much quicker, understandable, because we're talking about a 1.7 ton X70 plus my weight, that would be 1.8 tons already easily. And another one would be an X50, which is way lesser than that. And perhaps if you're much lighter than me, or just like SRT, you know, it's like we all both together, we all run together. I think I will lose to SRT, even though if she's on high heels. So technically, I understand that I'm on the losing side in terms of this. Turning radius, it's fine. Nothing great to shout about. Build quality, X50, why is it selling cheaper? It's because of a smaller segment. This is a B segment SUV, and the X70 is a C segment. But it does come with some drawbacks. Hard plastics are almost everywhere. Okay, there are still some leather paddings here and there, which is good. Yeah, but we understand at pricing that this kind of prices, vehicle at this kind of category, what else would you want? You know, some people even ask on the internet that whether if this is better than the Honda City or the latest Nissan Almera. Well, you are trying to ask me whether it's durian tastes better or oranges taste better. We need to actually compare the same segment and the same category. Yes, they are on the same category, same segment, which is a B segment, but it's an SUV. So a person who wants to find an SUV wouldn't want to think about a sedan. Who wants a sedan who don't want to have an SUV? So this comparison is, to me, is utterly rubbish. All right. So what we can compare here right now is HRV, the CX3, and as well as the latest launch, the Hyundai Kona, Hyundai Kona, and the almost coming to launch Kia Seltos. All these are actually the same comparison, same segment, same category, but pricing is way different. Why? Because it's a Proton. Okay, yeah, you all may laugh at this is a Chinese car, whatever it is. It's been launched here as a Proton. We take it as a Proton. Some even say this car doesn't worth this price. This flagship model, how much is this flagship model selling?
103,000.
103,000, yeah, 103,000. Some people will say, wow, 103,000 for B7 SUV Proton, how can it be? Let's put it this way, Malaysian ringgit is not doing too well right now, yeah? And yes, I have to admit that certain things do come from overseas as well. So all this factored in, it's going to be more expensive. Furthermore, at 103,000, please come back to me on any cars within this segment, within this category that has such features. Then you come back to me. All right. So far, I don't think there is. All right. And furthermore, again, let's think about it. We are born in Malaysia, where we are being taxed heavily here and there, left and right, up and down 360 degrees. Either you accept it that the price structure for Malaysian cars are like this, or you try to be a politician and change the law in the future, or you have to leave Malaysia for it. I know a Volkswagen Polo or Volkswagen Golf can get it for £14,000 or £21,000, you know, in UK. But that is in UK. You can't do it here. So we have to be realistic. If you want China prices or UK prices or US prices in Malaysian road, wait till you've been chosen as the government. I'll support you if you were to do that. All right. So this is how I see. Now I'm trying to actually, overall the driving is quite smooth. I have a few start stops. I'm going to try the adaptive cruise control. Okay, I'll see how it works. Then from there I'll try to explain further about this. Okay, so now we're starting off. I'm going to try off the adaptive cruise control. All right. So if anything happens to me with her in this car, sue Proton, alright? But I believe they won't, yeah? So I have the adaptive cruise control started. I've already set it. Okay, right now it's actually driving at 36 kilometers per hour, which I'm going to accelerate it soon. Okay, so I'm going to go turn one round in Cyberjaya, complete with the what is that called? Complete with the start stops traffic, and see how well it works. Yeah. By now you can see it. Actually, the steering actually steers on its own. You see? Yeah. I'm actually in a turn. Okay, slight curve. But actually, I'm having my hands off. This is actually wrong. But this is something that I can show you that actually is going in accordance to the traffic. Okay. So this is how the lane keeping works. Okay. So I accidentally actually deaccelerate and also press the brake pedal, which actually deactivated the cruise control. I'm gonna try another attempt with the cruise control without pressing the brake, and the car technically supposed to stop and again move when the traffic light turns green. So let's have it a try. Okay, so now we are driving. Okay, you can see in front there is there's a vehicle in front. No need to tell me what brand is this. I know what is it. Okay, so I wouldn't want to endorse that as well. So we'll be trying the cruise control by tailing them. So I've already set the getting ready the cruise control. Once green light, we were actually supposed to follow this car according to the speed that this car has actually set. All right. Okay, so we'll wait for a while. Red lights are here. So once it started, then we can get it right. Okay, so let's start. Okay, cruise control set. Okay, they start at, I set it at maximum speed to 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, so you can see that I'm not accelerating right now. Okay, I'm not doing anything right now. Technically, there's a car in front of me. I although set the car supposed to drive at 50 kilometers per hour, eventually the car will actually go according to the car speed in front, which is 50 kilometers per hour. Then there is a good Malaysian way of driving where they just come out just like that, and the car just now brake itself. Okay, so right now we drive back again and the cruise control. Okay, we try to go in front again without all the necessary. My hands and legs are not being in control. Okay, and technically I'm flowing in front. In front, the cars are actually faster than I do. So let me try to set a even faster speed limit. So I'm setting it to 60 kilometers per hour. All right. So let's see. Okay, you can see that. You see, this car is actually trying to actually drive on its own. Okay, according to the lane keeping system. Sorry, but again, this is not a fully function feature where you can actually have your hands off all the time. It's only meant to help you. So at any time, please have your hands on the steering wheel and drive it whenever possible. All right, it helps you, but it's not going to be a foolproof thing. All right, so too bad right now all the traffic lights are not even in red. So let me try to see if I manage to get a junction that is going to stop, so that this car can stop with this this adaptive cruise control level 2. Okay, so I'm still trying to find a chance for me to actually brake in front of a vehicle that is stopping at a traffic light. But again, Cyberjaya is too, it's too rare to have cars. Eventually, I can't find one. But anyhow, let's try. I've tried the lane keeping system, works. I've tried the emergency braking, works. So yeah. Oh, I found at last. Okay, I found. Okay, now we are approaching red light. This Viva is actually stopping. I'm supposed to stop. You see, I'm not doing anything. My legs are here. Again, don't try this at home. It's just meant for demonstration purposes. Okay, now going to green light. I'm not stepping my accelerator again. I'm not doing anything. Viva is moving and I'm accelerating on my own. Okay, so these features is gonna be a norm. It's also part and parcel of autonomous driving in the future. All right, it's gonna sound pretty scary. To be honest with you, I myself also a bit not confident when we are doing so, because I've been driving for more than 10 years, and suddenly you get something to actually drive for me. I'm quite worried. Yeah, if Azati is the one who's driving for me, I don't mind. You see, but an AI who does that for you, that's where you're gonna be a bit worried. Yeah. So yes, at last I managed to find what's that called, an example on how it works. And yes, the function works, and it's a better version of X70. All right. Okay, so next we're gonna find a place to actually do the another thing that X70 doesn't have, which is the APA, which is an auto parking assist. Yeah, you call it. So it's a function where a lot of, now I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be sexist, but a lot of people would actually appreciate it, because I'm not too sure why. Malaysian, I see a lot of Malaysian, either they park their cars in a very irresponsible manner or because they just don't even know how to park. So how in the world they pass and got their license, I wouldn't know. But yes, with this function, I hope it will be actually better, and people would actually have better parking skills. No, they won't have better parking skills, but it can be parked better and eventually won't actually obstruct any other people's traffic. So let's go and find somewhere else that we can actually get, search for it, and then we can get it parked. Pause. Okay, so I just made a few attempts to actually do the auto parking. I managed to park it 3 times, although I failed many times with this auto parking. And guess what? Among 3 attempts, 2 actually went to the parking in the wrong way. I guess this car has adapted into the Malaysian way of parking, where you just park it whenever you possibly can, doesn't follow the lines. So perhaps there's some technical error. So eventually I don't really manage to actually use this APA system to park it correctly. But bear in mind, as a responsible Malaysian driver, or as a proper driver, you should know how to park the car yourself. But regardless of anyhow, if there is a need, the system is there. But again, there are some laggings throughout this system, whereby the search for this parking space, although I have plenty of car parks, they did not manage to actually detect it. And also when they park, they really go across the line, which is, I'm not too sure why. And there's also one attempt there, it seems to fail to actually detect any obstruction, which there's a car there, and they eventually this car eventually nearly hit the car instead. So again, this is something to help you, but definitely not something that you can fully rely on to. Alright, so this APA system only can help you to do your parallel parking, which is our Malaysian call as a side parking, and also this reverse parking. Alright, so this is something that I can conclude. X50 is definitely a one step better in terms of design language. Alright, if you were to notice that the color options, and also as well as the specifications and technology in terms of the ADAS is somewhat higher, is somewhat newer, because bear in mind, in China itself, the Geely Boyue, which is X70, actually launched way earlier than the Geely Bingyue, which is X50 is on from. So it's one step further. You can see that the design language is much more youthful and aggressive. And if you were to ask me as an X70 owner, do I really will I consider changing my X70 to X50? Well, I don't think so, because it doesn't serve my purpose. Why do I say so is, I own a D segment sedan, which it comes with lots of luxury features at that time. Alright, and X70 does give me the same feeling. Alright, but okay, in my conclusion is X50, it's yes better, okay, more advanced, but they're bound to be, because it's a sub 100k car, the feeling of it is definitely different from what I'm having right now. So why do I have to change something that somewhat downgrades the whole driving feel of it? I don't think there's a need. But if you were to ask me, buy X70 better or buy X50 better, depends on your preference. Okay, depends on your budget. Don't get confused. Choose wisely and make your correct decision. Alright. So lastly, if you have any more questions, I will upload Ezati's name card, and then you can give her a call, book her a test drive, and then she can explain everything back to you, and test it yourself, both X70 and X50, so that you can actually make your proper decision. Alright, some can come up with questions like, should I get X50 full flagship or get the executive of X70? My perspective, okay, that's my own personal opinion. If you want to buy a car, especially from Proton right now, buy the highest spec, because that's where the quality starts. I mean, that's where what it's been built for, intelligence. All right, it has all the proper safety features and so on. If you are actually buying an executive level or a base standard car, you are only getting the same engine and gearbox, and of course the size and so on, but you don't really get to enjoy the actual what's that called, the actual technology of it. So compare apple to apple. If you can, get the flagship model for this X70 or the Premium X they call it. Get the Premium X. If you want to have, if your budget is shortfall, or you are more in a more youthful manner, or you want something looks sporty and youthful, you don't really need the size and so on, get yourself an X50 flagship. All right. But if you feel that I just want a car, an SUV that's good in quality, reliable, and also pleasant to drive, yes, other specs is actually a good option as well. Depends on your capabilities, your affordability, and what you really want and need. Yeah, especially at times like this, economy is not so good. Don't blindly follow what people say. Don't follow what your heart wants to do. Follow your brain wants to do. Think before you do. All right, think before you buy. Do not end yourself into big financial trouble, and eventually you are in big. You are stuck with all the unnecessary problems. So stay safe. Yeah, and take care. And if there's any questions, you can actually put in the comment section below, and I'll get SRT to actually respond to you. And of course, one single question, maybe perhaps a lot of members will be asking. SRT is actually former cabin crew from Malaysian Airlines. Yeah. So again, times are bad. Yeah. So somehow she has to say bye-bye, and this is a good spirit whereby she has not given up, and she's now still trying to find her own means by joining Proton and performing sales there. So whoever that is in trouble right now or facing hardships, do not give up. Yeah, I believe there is there's a saying, when the God closes a door, they will open up a window for you. So try to not give up, and try to stay strong to overcome all the obstacles that all Malaysians are facing. Yeah. So lastly, I think there's another question that you all may ask. Exactly, are you single?
No, I'm not single.
Oh, then I'm very sorry. Yeah. This one may actually affect your sales. So I'm not too sure. I can't guarantee anything. Yeah, I'm not endorsing you in any way. But no matter how, thank you so much for arranging the test drive today. And thank you so much for actually telling us all the necessary information about this car, and also spending your time with me in this car to test out all the features and so on. So if there is anything, please pop back down to Cyberjaya's this dealership, and look for SRT. Alright?
Okay.
Thank you. Stay care.
Don't forget to call me.
Bye.